Learn Winning Blackjack Part Number 4. A series of wagers. The first bet you place at the table is the beginning of a series of wagers, or known just as a series. That series continues until you lose a hand. It could be just one hand in that series, or it could be 3, 5, or whatever. But that series continues until you lose a hand. Bet regression, when you reduce your second bet after winning your first bet of a series, is called bet regression. Here is an example of why you should regress your second bet. Consider this scenario. For different people sit down at a table at the same time. They all bet $10. They all win the blackjack hand and are paid $10 each. Second bet. Person A is going to let it ride. He is going to bet the whole $20 on the next hand. Person B decides to take back his original $10 bet and make the same $10 bet on the next hand. Person C decides to take back $5 and now ups his bet to $15 on the next hand. Person D decides to take back $15 and regresses his bet to only $5 on the next hand. They all lose the second hand. Person A has lost a total of $10. If he does that all day, he might as well have stayed home. Person B has broken even. If he does that all day, he might as well have stayed home. Person C has lost $5. He'll play a little longer, but in surely going home a loser, too. But Person D regressed his second bet. At the end of the first hand, he drew back $15. He withdrew or dragged back his original bet of $10, plus a $5 profit. When he lost the second hand, he wasn't playing with his money, he was playing with the casino's money. They all started with the same amount of money. They all won the first hand and they all lost the second hand, but only one of them came out a winner. How would you like to do that for the next 4 or 5 hours? Nice wages, huh? The above is an example of a two-hand series of wagers, or a two-hand series. Remember, a new series starts with the first hand you play at the table, or the first hand you play after a losing hand. So, in the above example, after playing these two hands, since the second one was a losing hand, the next hand played is the beginning of the next series of wagers. Bet progression. Okay, you found the right $10 minimum table. You sit down, reach into your pocket and pull out $150, your session money, to buy some chips. You must place the money on the table because you can't hand it to the dealer. Tell the dealer you want all $5 chips. He'll give you 30 of them. Your first bet will be $15. Place a stack of 3 chips in the bet circle. The dealer deals the cards. If you lose this first hand, that series of wages is concluded and the next hand will start a new series. You bet $15 for the first hand of every series. If you win this hand, your $15 will remain on the table and the dealer will pay you an additional $15. You now regress your bet to $10 by dragging your original $15 back plus $5 of your winnings. Now, if you lose the next hand, you will have realized a $5 profit for that particular series. But let's say you win again. Now, with the third bet of the series, you switch to an increase and drag strategy. An increase and drag strategy is simply from now on. For the remainder of this series, you will increase your bet and drag back a profit on each hand, using the casino's money to attack the casino. On winning the second bet, your $10 regression bet, the dealer will pay you an additional $10. You drag back another $5 profit and increase your bet to $15. On winning the third bet, your $15 bet, the dealer will pay you an additional $15. You drag back a $10 profit and increase your bet to $20. On winning the fourth bet, your $20, the dealer will pay you an additional $20. At this point, drag back a $15 profit and increase your bet to $25. The sixth bet, drag $15 and increase your bet to $35. The seventh bet, drag back $20 and increase your bet to $50. On your eighth bet, drag back $25 and increase your bet to $70. This is called a streak, and that is what you are waiting for. Streaks will eventually happen. When they do, you either maximize your winnings or you minimize your losses. When the streak is hot in your favor and you are winning, you maximize your winnings by exercising the increase and drag strategy. When the streak is cold, not in your favor, The house is winning and you are losing. You minimize your losses and bail out when you have lost 4 hands consecutively. Most of the time, you will win a few, lose a few, catch a double down, or win on a split or an occasional blackjack that will offset your losing hands, and your play period money will fluctuate a little up then a little down, but you will stay pretty much even. Then when the positive streak hits, that's when you will win and win big. If in the above example, you won your 8th bet, your 8th consecutive hand, you would have a $70 bet out there and the dealer would pay you an additional $70 for a total of $140 sitting in front of you. A streak will come to an end, and many times it will come to an end after 4 or 5 hands. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but it will come to an end. You could, after winning the 8th hand for example, drag back your entire $140 and start the series over with the 3rd bet of $15. I do not start at the 1st bet again because there is no need to regress the 2nd bet. You have already made a profit on this series of wagers, and a tremendous one, I might add. I, however, like to continue until I have had 10 wins in a row and the regress to my 8th bet amount, as the chart shows, and continue upward until the losing hand comes, ending the series. On winning the 8th hand, you will have realized a $240 profit. That is a 160% profit. Not bad when your goal to win was 30% or $45. You now have $390 sitting on the table in front of you before you place your 9th bet. If you lock up, put in your pocket, your original $150 plus another $135, you would still have $105 of excess on the table to continue playing. Why did I say $135? If you are playing 3 sessions of wagers, each having a $45 goal to win, that totals $135. You have now locked up your entire win goal for the day. In addition to that, you still are sitting at a hot table. You have $105 of excess to play with, and you are still on a single session of wagers. Winning a few smaller series can do the exact same thing for you. Allow you to reach your goal to win. You can see why you split your stake into 3 sessions. If you don't hit the streak on the 1st, maybe not on the 2nd, then it may happen in the 3rd session. But chances are that it will happen, and that is what you're waiting for. All the knowledge, the money management system, the skill of playing the game, is to keep you there, winning a little, losing a little, keeping you pretty much even and in the game until the streak hits. The national average for individual losses is 83.34% of the money a person brings into the casino. That means if everyone brought in $450, the average person would lose $375. By setting your limit of loss to 50%, the absolute most you can lose is $275, even if you've really had the very worst day possible. Keep in mind, it's possible to have a bad session of wages, it's possible to have a bad day, all 3 sessions, but in the long run, if you follow all the rules, you will have an excellent chance of consistently winning at blackjack. It's all about winning more than you lose, and that makes you at least 83.34% ahead of the average person. Now you can see why a money management system is so important. When I see people placing random bets, $30, then $20, then $50, then $45, I know that unless Lady Luck is on their side today, they are destined to lose. If you don't follow the money management system, don't play. I can't stress that any more strongly. When you reach your goal to win, you don't pick up your money and leave the table. After all, why would you ever want to leave a table that the trend is in favor of the player? Instead, it is now time for you to maximize your winnings. Let's say you have just had a good winning hand, and you have a total of $225 in the chips in front of you. Your goal to win is $45. Add that to the $150 you originally started the play period with, and you have $30 excess left in front of you. $150 plus $45 plus $30 equals $225. Pick up your play period money and your goal to win and put them in your pocket. You are guaranteed a winner this period, but you still have $30 excess on the table. Continue to play with your excess since you don't want to get up from a hot table, but from now on, during the remainder of this period, every time you win a hand, you put half the winnings in your pocket, with the rest of your period winnings, and leave half the winnings on the table to play with. Eventually, just as sure as the table trend got hot, The table will turn cold and you will lose the remaining excess. When that happens, you must get up and leave the table because that play period is over. Don't reach back in your pocket to fund one more hand, not even one. Remember to have the discipline to quit when the rules say to quit. The final reason that would prompt you to leave the table is when you have lost 4 consecutive hands. It has to be obvious to you by now that you do not play blackjack by the clock. You don't play for a certain amount of time, you play until one of 3 things happens. 1. When you have reached your limit to lose. 2. When you have reached your goal to win and have then used up all your excess. And 3. When you have lost 4 consecutive hands. There is no other reason that will cause you to leave that table. This now concludes part number 4 of Learn Winning Blackjack. Thank you for watching this video. You are now on your way of receiving all of the information that we are sharing with you. All of the information that will make you a consistent winner when you are at a casino. For the somewhat knowledgeable blackjack player, some of the topics that we are sharing with you may seem trivial. However, this information is extremely important to the novice player. We ask you to be patient, as there are very important topics that will help you with the winning strategy. I personally have used this winning system for over 30 years and have enjoyed many comps from many different casinos as well as many times of winning sessions. In a nutshell, I receive free room comps, free dining credits, free shows, and many more offers to enjoy, and all at no direct cost. Please share this video with your friends, like and subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notification bell and you will be notified when I upload future parts of this amazing winning strategy. Remember, you can pause or watch this video, as well as all of the videos from Learn Winning Blackjack, as often as you would like until you have the strategy memorized. Thank you, and have a great time when you finally go to the casino.